Everybody right now has dreams, don't they, guys? All right, everybody in the NFL, I have a dream of making it in the NFL. I got a dream of winning a Super Bowl. I got a dream of being in a Pro Bowl. I'm really not into dreams anymore, okay? I'm into fucking nightmares. You guys with me on that?
Mosh pit.
You gotta end somebody's dream. You gotta take their job. You gotta take their heart. Are you guys clear about this NFL shit now? We're not trying to go to the Peach Bowl. We're not trying to go to the Gator Bowl or the Bluebonnet Bowl. We're trying to go to the Super Bowl.
The autumn wind is a pirate, blustering in from sea. With a rollicking song, he sweeps along, swaggering boisterously. The autumn wind is a raider, pillaging just for fun. He'll knock you round and upside down and laugh when he's conquered and won.
Just win, baby. I love it. You know, I sit in my office and I just shake. I get so excited.
What's good, Raider Nation? What's good, YouTube? Welcome back. Today's going to be a quick one. We're going to jump into a little bit about the Colts, and we're going to talk about injuries and who's playing and who's not. Well, let's get it cracking. After squeaking by the Jets last week, the Raiders still remain on the bubble of the AFC playoff picture with the Colts and the Dolphins ahead of them, and they've got two matchups with both of those teams coming up, so these are going to be crucial games. This is a must-win game. If we take a look at the standings right now, we see Miami and Indy both ahead of the Raiders with 8-4, and the Raiders sitting at 7-5. So look, Raiders go out, beat the Colts on Sunday. They will be in a playoff position for the time being because they will have the tiebreaker over the Colts. But if they do go out and they win on Sunday, man, they can't get complacent because these next couple games going down the stretch are super important too. You got the Dolphins, you got the Broncos, a divisional game, and also the Chargers, which are never easy games. Broncos and Chargers, you never know what's going to happen. Great AFC West matchups. So you really can't count any of these teams out going forward here. And you also can't forget about Baltimore, who's right behind the Raiders in the race. Same record, just a little bit worse in the conference, but they're right on the tail too. So the Raiders really got to put the pedal to the metal here and finish strong. Last season, they did not finish strong. They still had a chance to make the playoffs, but it was out of their hands. This year, it's all in their hands. All they got to do is go out and win, man. Just win, baby. Go get it. So let's jump over and look at some key Week 14 matchups that might affect the playoff race going forward. So the Patriots took the L to the Rams. That makes them a little bit more of a long shot to get into the playoffs. The biggest one for us is going to be the Chiefs and the Dolphins. Well, we got to hope that the Chiefs go out there and beat up on the Dolphins because that'll put us in a good spot to really take a playoff push. But if the Dolphins do fall down a game, we still have to end up beating them because let's say they win out and they beat the Raiders, they'll have the tiebreaker over us. So, you know, it's still crucial to go out and beat the Dolphins, but it'll give us a little bit more leeway if the Dolphins end up losing to the Chiefs, which I do expect to happen. So, you know, this week, Raider Nation, we got to be pulling for the Chiefs a little bit. I know it sucks, but something we got to do to get in the playoffs. So, yeah, I was going to say go Chiefs, but I ain't going to do that, man. Come on. The other game to watch would be the Ravens and Browns. I think it would make things a little easier for the Raiders if the Ravens end up losing. This Browns team has been surprisingly good. The Ravens have faltered a little bit this year, which I don't think anybody really expected to happen. So this game could go either way. We'll see what happens, and next week we'll touch base on the playoff picture once we have more information. Now let's take a quick look at the final injury report for the Colts game. Jonathan Abram and Josh Jacobs return to practice. They're both listed as questionable, as well as Isaiah Johnson. One person not listed is Trent Brown, who also returned to practice this week. Fingers crossed we get Trent Brown back for this game, man. This is going to be crucial against a Colts defense that does not play around. This is going to be a big test for this offense, and Trent Brown would definitely help us out. Some bad news, Damon Arnett is listed as out, as well as Jeff Heath is out, and Jeff Heath was placed on the IR, man. That's disappointing. I think Jeff Heath has been playing really well, and I'm sad to see him go down, man. So Eric Harris is going to have to step it up, and, man, we know what Eric Harris can do to Phillip Rivers. We've seen it, and that's, you know, when a lot of us fell in love with Eric Harris is last year when we played the Chargers, man, he balled out. So let's hope for Eric Harris to step up and have another big week against Phillip Rivers, man. He seems to have his number, so fingers crossed on that front. Now, I think it's a very good chance we're going to see Jonathan Abram and Josh Jacobs play in this game. Everybody knows the magnitude of this game. This is pretty much make or break. You win here, you keep fighting for the playoffs. You lose here, you got to hope that other teams fall in the last 3 games. So I do expect these guys to go out there and give it their all. We need them badly. We definitely saw the impact of not having Josh Jacobs in the game against the Jets. And Jonathan Abrams, a tone setter. He's made some big mistakes this year, but having him out on that defense, I definitely think it fires people up. I know it fires me up, fires all you guys up. I love seeing that fool. He's a heat-seeking missile. So I definitely missed him last week, and definitely excited to see him back this week. Now, if we look at the Colts, they're looking pretty healthy. The only guy that's listed as out is a punter. So expect the Colts to be at full force, and expect this to be a hard-fought game. I don't see either team, going down lightly. So should be an exciting one, and I'm looking forward to it, man. I cannot wait to see this team bounce back from the last 2 games. In my opinion, haven't played well and haven't been playing up to par, and definitely not playing playoff football. So that's what I'm looking for, man. I'm looking for this young team to bounce back, play with some fire, go out there and just, put a big one up on the Colts. It's time to bounce back. It's been 2 weeks of semi-flat play, and I'm excited to see this team get back to where it was in the early stages of this year. I will say that if Jonathan Abram is not able to go on Sunday, it will be interesting to see what the Raiders do with the safety position. They've got Dallin Leavitt. They've also got Isaiah Johnson, who's played some safety here and there. Isaiah Johnson's also questionable, so the secondary is very thin right now. And we did sign Daryl Worley, who did play a little bit of safety for the Raiders last year. He's not able to play until next week, so he won't be there. So that safety position's looking real thin. You got to cross your fingers and hope that Abram can play, because other than that, you're looking at Dallin Leavitt, and in my opinion, that's not the guy you want out there. I just mentioned the Daryl Worley signing. I don't really hate this move. Worley wasn't great for us last year, but with the depth of the cornerback position, this year has been so shaky, and Nevin Lawson's not my favorite guy. I don't typically like it when I see Keyshawn Nixon out there a lot. So, this cornerback room has a lot to improve on. If anything, this brings a little bit of veteran depth, and I'm not mad at it. So we'll see what he can do. They signed him off the Bills practice squad. He's not making teams, so it's not like this is a big improvement or anything, but this is going to add a little bit of depth and a veteran presence to this team. They could really use the depth at this point in the season. The biggest key to a Raiders victory this week is going to be getting the ground game back in tune. Against the Falcons, ground game was non-existent. Josh Jacobs was there, but didn't do anything. Against the Jets, Josh Jacobs wasn't there. Ground game couldn't get started. The Raiders have got to get back to having success on the ground in order to succeed in this game. It's huge, man. Setting the tone on the ground is huge for this team. It opens up a lot of things. It opens up the play action. It opens up the deep threat. And even though for the most part this team is 50-50 on their run-pass calls, besides the last 2 weeks, those were kind of an anomaly. But just having Josh Jacobs going and getting yards and having success opens up the playbook a lot for John Gruden and Derek Carr. So it's of huge importance to get this ground game going this week. Set the tone early, get on top, and stay ahead, man. Hopefully we can start early and keep that foot on the gas pedal. Gruden mentioned that last week's third quarter stall against the Jets wasn't him taking the foot off the gas pedal. It just happened. So, let's look for Gruden to really, put it down their throats this time and shut them up early. Let's get it, man. I told you guys this was going to be a quick one. I'm out of here. Peace out. Much love, Raider Nation. I'll catch you after the game with my post-game reaction. Peace.